Sorry about the microphone. Can you hear me? Okay, great. Yeah. First of all, on behalf of HOH, that's the abbreviation of Home of Hope, I want to thank, we have our board member here, Neeti, and our president, Pungiri. We're really very grateful to you, Peter, for putting this event together. This event has such a lovely theme, kids helping kids. And, this event feels so good. It's a really sweet event. It has such feel-good energy. I would call this energy even healing, especially in today's world where there's so much hatred and division. So thank you, Peter, for hosting this event and being a leader for this amazing, I call it a movement. So music, we have heard, music is food for the soul. Today's musical concert is going to be food in the form of hope for many, many HOH children created by these talented children here. So I'm going to direct my talk to these children. So, who is this HOH child? This HOH child is a disadvantaged, very disadvantaged child, a beneficiary of the charity Home of Hope. When I say disadvantaged, what does it mean? Physically crippled, mentally challenged, deaf, speech impaired, blind, tsunami, wet terms, etc., etc. The pain of a disadvantaged child, irrespective of the country of origin, is going to tug at your heartstrings. So, tell me now, how old is the oldest kid? How old are you? 15. Okay. The HOH child is a teenager like you. He's about 15, 17 years old. But there's a difference between an HOH child and the teenagers here. And what is that difference? That difference is hardship. Not the kind of hardship you all face. You got a B grade instead of an A grade. Your favorite sports team lost. I'm not going to belittle that. Those are problems. I call them first world problems. The HOH child comes from a horrific background of every kind of abuse possible, sexual, physical, mental, beyond human comprehension. And what has that hardship done to this child? Has given this child an inner spirit that is indomitable, tenacious, unstoppable. Give it whatever adjective you want. The child will not give up. So, what is it like being an HOH child? Let me tell you. Most of the children are orphans. Some of them come from very poor families. And I'll give you an example of each one. Vinod is an orphan. He lost his parents at the age of 6 years. He begged on the streets of Delhi. And at the age of 12, he decided enough is enough. I'm going to change my life. What did he do? You know, in India we have child labor, I'm sorry. 4 a.m. he's doing the newspaper run. 6 a.m. he's washing 2 cars. And then he goes, at 9 a.m. he goes to the after school program provided by HOH. Then he has a free lunch, that's the only meal in the day. Then he goes to the government school and evening school till 5 p.m. Then he works in a dental clinic, cleaning or dusting, I don't know what. Then he goes back to his home, a 1-room tin shed. He cooks and cleans. But you know what? He's smiling. He wants to be a hard-working network professional. So that's an example of an orphan kid. Then we have poor kids. That's Rahul, okay? His parents are very poor. They want him to be a servant. He has 3 brothers and they have only 1 shirt that they share. So they take turns in going for interviews. And they have 1 meal a day. It's very common. When they get sick, they just wait to get better. And it's but he's still smiling. He wants to be a networking professional. So tell me something, you kids. Do you want to help kids like that? Do you want to help Rahul and Vinod? Good. Very good. That's a good start. Okay. You want to help kids like that. What do these kids want now? They just want a lease in life. That's it. They want a piece of the pie. And the sad thing is, because of the media, they feel they have tasted the pie. But it's unfortunate, it's not a real pie. It's a visual, it's a digital pie. It's a surreal, it's a mirage. The good news is that we can help them. HOH is 17 years old. After 17 years, we have a formula that's been tried and tested, and it's working. And what is this formula? This formula is, we give kids like Rahul and Vinod a skill. We make them marketable. The good news is, because of the tech boom now, India has a market for these kids, entry-level jobs, where these kids earn 10 to 15,000 rupees a month. And these courses are offered all over India, 1 year 1 year skill development courses, and the tuition fees is $500 to $1,000 a year. So the money raised today is going to go towards the tuition fees of kids like Rahul and Vinod. So today, your music is a gift. It's going to take these kids, it's going to rescue them from the cycle of poverty. So a few words now about HOH. HOH, as I said, stands for Home of Hope. It's an international, California-based 501c charity that has one goal, and that is to empower the disadvantaged child to become a self-sustaining citizen of tomorrow. How do we do it? Well, we identify, partner with struggling orphanages and schools, and we implement programs focusing mainly on education, vocational training, and most recently English empowerment and skill development. And I feel very proud saying this. In a span of 17 years, HOH has partnered with over 20 projects all over India, including one project in Berkeley, California, and has empowered and helped over 50,000 children. In addition, HOH programs have impacted a country like India with a population of over 1 billion people. Now that's a very heavy statement to make, and believe me, I'm not exaggerating. And the best way to explain it, our project partnerships act as an ignition for major explosions for national change. For example, in 1999, we funded a simple mental health program in partnership with Udyan Care in Delhi. That became the ignition for a major mental health law in India, the Juvenile Justice Law number 46. In 2014, it went international with the inclusion of the SAARC countries. Today, thousands of destitute children are being helped, and Udyan Ghar is the mecca for mental health. And then Mano Vikas, that you visited, Peter, that's become the meta for the mentally challenged. Our project in Amritsar, where we helped 100 kids, gave them the gift of sign language through computer technology. Today, that's the mecca for the hearing impaired. The list goes on and on. So we have a track record of being igniters. And today's event is going to be an ignition for major change. And what is that ignition? It's compassion. Compassion. And I recently gave a TEDx talk at Gun High School, and I told the kids, like you, I said, you kids are digital natives, born in a digital era, programmed by technology apps that teaches you everything, but there's no app for compassion. Compassion cannot be learned from an app, it has to be experienced. And compassion is that human quality that is needed to become a well-rounded, grounded citizen of tomorrow, to make this world a better place. And also compassion is a hotbed of creativity. I gave you examples of 2 disadvantaged kids. Let me give you an example of an American kid. The mother is here. Neeti. Her son, Gurbaz, was 13 years old. He went to our project Mijwa in a village, and he doesn't know how to teach. He said, I only know how to play soccer. I said, go play soccer and teach the kids a conversation English. He went to this village and he was appalled to see that they had no shoes. And he said, so he did not teach them soccer. It was the other way around. They taught him their village game Kho. This 13-year-old boy created a sports program that spread to the neighboring villages, and today that core team is now at a state level. He's 17 years old, he's going to college next year. That has become his calling. He wants to start a sports academy. He's already started a sports program, another thing. And in fact, that same village now, he started a badminton team. In fact, just a week ago, these are girls who could not even speak. Now they're wearing shorts and t-shirts and they're competing in badminton. So I'm just trying to tell you the impact of compassion As parents, that's our duty to ignite compassion in our kids. So in closing, I want to tell you that HOH, we are bare bones. We symbolize pure volunteerism. We have no admin staff. I don't have an office. It's still the trunk of my car. But as you can see, we are impactful. And our mission is now, we have two missions. One is to help the disadvantaged kids all over the world and also ignite compassion in the kids here. Thank you very much.